Okay, now, is there anything over there? Doesn't look like it. Oh my god, so many missiles! Come on, fire! Thank you! You two, fire! Oh my god! Well, at least the game's almost over, so not going to have to rage for too much longer. Okay, checkpoint. And I was sort of hoping we'd be at the boss, but unfortunately, that's not the case. We're gonna have to go through some more gravity shenanigans and no doubt a few more missiles. I wonder what's the point of this door since it just opens when you get past it. Yeah, I don't know either. And let's ride the Time Waster-a-tron 3000 one more time. And I honestly haven't wasted as much time on these things as I would have thought. Though this one is going to be a lot longer. And it's just following the ground along. It's something I probably could have been able to do without using it. So what's the point of putting it there? It's just wasting my time. And look at the timer! I have 4 minutes and a half left to finish the level and then fight an entire boss gauntlet. Not just one boss, not 2, not 3, but 4 by my count, and I'm gonna have to do this before time runs out. Yeah, not fucking happening! I always seem to hit the time limit at one point or another in this stage. No matter how good of a run I do, I always hit the time limit. Now, okay, Now, I was about to say this looks familiar, but oh well, at least I can walk on these things. But yeah, it did look familiar. Fuck that. Fuck the bonus. I don't want anything to do with it. Because it's boss time! And it's not a hard boss, it's just long and really annoying. So you see that machine in the middle? You're supposed to reverse gravity on it so that those spiky things hit its underside. It doesn't work when they're falling down, though. It doesn't count as a hit. The weak point is really under that thing. So you really have to time it well because, as you can see, there's a delay between you entering that tube and the gravity actually being reversed. And, of course, as you can see, this thing's equipped with a shield, so if you try jumping on it, you'll just plink off the shield harmlessly. And, by the way, if you take too much time, those spiky things, I really don't know what to call them, but they blow up on their own after a while, so... And, by the way, this didn't count as 2 hits. No matter how much I want to, that was only 1 hit, which is sort of bullshit because I think it takes 10 more than 90% of the bosses in this game. Oh, I fucking hate when that happens, you know? When you're just about to hit it with one of these things, but then it decides to blow up just as gravity starts getting reversed. So, okay. Come on. Let's calm down. This boss is not hard. There's one boss in that gauntlet that we're gonna fight that is hard, but this is not the one I'm worried about. Not by a long shot. And, yeah, it's long, it's annoying, and it's a bit repetitive and tedious as well, because, well, all I'm doing is just getting out of these chambers and getting back in when the time is right. Of course, I'll admit that it requires some experience, because if you're not used to fighting that boss, you're probably going to be wasting a ton of time just trying to figure it out. I remember the first time that I fought this boss, I was like, what the hell? And it's still not over! How many hits are left? I didn't think to count, but maybe I should have, because... Will you stop blowing up before hitting the thing? Please? Oh my god, it just did it again. This boss! No! Ugh. I just want to reverse gravity. I got out and I should get back in. Oh, please. 9 minutes. Only 1 minute left to defeat this boss. Okay, thank God. Now, though, the real battle begins. Now it's according to the debug menu. I'm sort of entering Act 3 of the Death Egg, even though it's not labeled as such, and the time just keeps going. It's because I sort of hit an invisible checkpoint after that boss. So yeah, meet the giant egg robo. What acts as sort of a final boss, I guess. There are many more bosses after this, but yeah, remember that hand boss in Lava Reef Act 1? You sort of have to do the same thing, except now you have to take out each finger individually. So yeah, this part of the boss isn't really hard at all. And by the way, in case you haven't noticed, no rings, no shields. So your first attempt, the one you start at like 8 or 9 minutes, is the one that you really want to count, but you can't. Wanna know why? Because this happens! And then you have to try again, and this time, no rings. Now you might be thinking, well, this doesn't look that hard, so it's not a big deal if I don't have access to any rings, right? Right? Wait, it gets better, but for now, let's have to deal with the fact that one hit and I'm dead, in the purest, most aggravating style of Sonic 2 on Game Gear. What the fuck just killed me?! It's like I went like through the finger and I died, but then why did I go through the finger to begin with? It doesn't make any goddamn sense! Either way, this part isn't hard, so unless I massively screw up again, from now on I'm just going to skip this phase after this attempt should I fail at beating the next part, because let's face it, this is just easy. I still don't know. I wasn't supposed to die like that. And by the way, I just want to say, for my money, the music that plays during this fight, the Project Chaos remix of that song, for my money, definitely one of the best video game remixes out there. Just saying. So we still got 3 more fingers. Once again, this is not hard. Unless you glitch out like I did, you shouldn't die against something so easy. I mean, it's so telegraphed. Those fingers should never squish you. Period. And I'm talking about squishing when they fall down, not when you glitch through them and then you die. Anyway, second form. That one is a lot more difficult. It's really timing-based. You jump over the flame, hit the nose, hit the Master Emerald, and then jump over the massive laser of doom. Now, there's a particular timing, and I completely botched it, so I'll be right back. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm curious. I'm gonna try one thing. Can I hit the Master Emerald twice before the laser is fired? Nope, I can't hit it twice and then jump in time. Attempt number 3. Maybe this time I'll learn the proper timing. It's a relearning experience every time you play the game because it's such a precise timing. As you can see, the laser covers almost the entire height at which Sonic is able to jump. So there's really not much room for error, and I think I got the pattern. It's like when it stops charging up, jump immediately. If you jump while it charges up, you're screwed. If you jump a fraction of a second after it stopped charging up, you're fucked as well. So, okay, I'm doing good so far. And, don't know why I didn't hit the Master Emerald on this one, but I guess I wasn't feeling comfortable, talking at the same time I was playing, because this is a fairly high-action drama here. One hit, and I have to start all over at the beginning, and I think I have to give it 8 hits, so maybe 1 or 2 more left. But yeah, once you got the pattern down, it's somewhat easy, but you really have to be careful not to fuck up. So now we brought down the giant egg robo, but Eggman just refuses to give up. He runs away with the Master Emerald aboard his pod, so you have to hit his pod 8 times while being careful not to bounce into the pit that's being created right now, which sometimes happens. so you want to be really careful not to jump at him the very first fraction of a second you see him, else you will bounce into the pit, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So, I do it! Yeah! But it's not over yet, because Eggman, so freaking persistent, runs away yet again, so we're gonna have to catch up with him. So, this is the final level, the Doomsday Zone, where I'm playing as Supersonic. Now you might be thinking, didn't I deposit the emeralds in the Hidden Palace, so why can I turn into Supersonic? Well, the game designers were feeling merciful. They decided that even if you deposited the Chaos Emeralds, you're still going to be able to do this world on your first playthrough. The only requirement is that you got all 7 regular Chaos Emeralds, no matter whether you deposited them or not. Anyway, the point of this first part here is to gather enough rings to be able to fight the first boss, because there are 2 bosses in this level, and the first one, well, you don't get any rings while fighting the first one, which should be anytime now. Yep, here we go. First boss of the final area. So he's going to shoot those missiles at you, and you see the Egg Robo piloting this machine. You want to redirect those missiles at the Egg Robo. Sort of reminds me of Dawg in Subspace Emissary. In fact, the missiles look a lot like those Dawg shoots. Of course, Dawg doesn't have those missiles as his only weakness, but those still do a devastating amount of damage. I'm talking about Dawg here. But here, of course, it's the only way to even deal damage. So you really want to hurry up and not waste any time, not take too many hits, because, as you can see, my ring supply is going down very rapidly, and down it goes! So, in just a second, we're going to see... In just a second, just give it a bit of time. Yep, yet another giant Egg Robo. How many of these things does Eggman have anyway? Anyway, he runs away with the Master Emerald, even though we supposedly took it back from Eggman after the escape sequence, but oh well, I'm not going to question anything. Anyway, I'm just going to be grabbing a few more rings, and then I'll be able to move forward and take on the boss. So, yeah, you want this is basically what you want to do. You want to avoid the boss's projectiles, and then try to hit him before you get taken out by one of these projectiles. And by the way, right now, you can collect as many rings as you want, then go forward to face the boss. There's no, downtime in terms of rings like there was for the first boss. You can go fight, you can go meet the boss whenever you feel you're ready. This is how this works. It's not a really hard boss, but you really have to know how to approach that giant Egg Robo. You don't want to go up or down from the position of the Egg Robo, otherwise you're going to be bombarded with missiles. So the best way to do it is to just approach it. I guess it would be appropriate to say approach its upper body, so to speak, even though it's a robot. So I don't know if that's the proper term to use, but basically what you want to do is what I'm doing right now. There, you happy now? This is how you're supposed to do it. I guess it's sort of hard to put it into words, but I guess this is why video walkthroughs are so popular. Sometimes words just aren't enough. It's like sometimes when I'm reading something on GameFAQs and it's just not clear enough, I'll just pop in YouTube and look for a video to help me really know what I'm supposed to do. And we should be getting pretty close to finished right now, because I already gave it a whole lot of hits. Oh, so close! So very close. Well, I got 36 rings. Let's try again, and I don't think collecting rings isn't going to be much of a concern at this point. So let's catch up to it, and... Yes! Here we go! Game over!